One night, God came to me in a dream with a scheme that seemed to be out of this world. He approached me and opened his robe and showed me a hypodermic needle in the shape of a pen, and my first reaction was to step back fast, but then God grabbed me and said, "Slow down, my child. I've got a job for you to do." And with a burst of light, God grabbed my arm and said, "I mean you no harm," and he pushed the pen in and it filled my arteries, and God chartered me to write some new shit, some true shit, something just for you shit. And when I was done with part one, God said, "Write some part two shit." He injected me with Billy's Blues and the muse of Langston Hughes, and God said, "You've acquired some of the tools in the schools you've been attending, but now it's time to stop pretending." And he started sending into my bloodstream the poetic feats of John Keats and the published greats of W.B. Yeats. And just when I thought God was through, he started slipping me hits of Maya Angelou. And God asked, "Do you know what I've handed you?" And my response was no. And God said, "Let me show." And he continued to fill my veins the same way he had been, giving me a fix of Emily Dickinson. And my bloodstream seemed to scream as God gave me the liquidated literary genius of W.E.B. And I got lost between doses of Robert Frost, and my eyes got blurry in a flurry, and I was no longer seeing them, but I could feel Emerson, Tennyson, and Stevenson. And God said, "You won't get far without Paul Laurence Dunbar, and you can't start spitting till I've given you Whitman." And God kept filling me, and it felt like he was killing me. And I closed my arm tight, and God snapped it back open and screamed, "You're not yet ready to write." He said, "Tonight has just begun. Everything's all right, my son. You see, I need you. I use poetry to teach people. The world I created has been overrun by ignorant thinking, and I need poets to take the world back and break the curse. Now unbend your arms so I can give you William Wordsworth." And again, the pen was shoved in my veins, and God grabbed the reins, and as if I was a mule, he said, "I'll use you as my tool and plow the field with you, fulfilling empty minds' needs while planting knowledge seeds. No longer will it be a flourishing time for malnourishing minds. I want you to make intelligence a law, because ignorance is a crime. Now I need you to go and reap what you sow while captivating minds like Edgar Allan Poe. I gave you the wings, so now fly like the raven. This world needs saving. Feel free to fight off your fears, because they'll disappear within this injection of my tears, which contains the remains of great things gone and new things to come beyond the next dawn. You're the next in a bloodline of greats. You are a poet. You command the attention of large groups. You ready the troops for revolution. You write words that can commend or condemn, turn boys into men, make other poets push pens, and you must be about something more than slam scores based on 10, because you are a poet. Think about all the great things poets have accomplished, and when the writing gets rough, hold on to your pen and don't drop this. Always take time in your mind to reflect back on the fact that you're the next to step forth from a poetic bloodline.
Please give it up.
My name is Jazrel Emil Kavan. I am who I am. I don't apologize for the things I do and the things I say, because I come from a bloodline that believes that truth outweighs lies. I come from a bloodline that is warriors of pens and pages that send our mind into rages. I come from a bloodline that is courageous, willing to rock the boat, willing to be the rebel for the cause of the people, willing to stand up and answer to the call of God, willing to be the servants of men, knowing that he who is great are the servants of those who believe they are great, just as those who believe that they are wise and are not. I come in a time of the storm, when the boat seems unstable, when it seems like your life is falling apart and you can't seem to hold it together. I am the glue. I take upon myself the responsibility to be honorable, to be humble, to be grateful, to be among such that are rare beauties in the eyes of the one who created me. I listen to the voice of the silent. I listen to the crowded room who dares, yells, and screams their passions and desires. And as they call out, I write page after page, what sends them into rage. And then I seek the meek among them to give the meek the strength to be able to lift their voice so that all of the room could go silent. I am a comforter. I am a dreamer. I am a poet. Some call me a myth because they believe that there is no truth with me. And I say unto my critics and my doubters, come make war with a myth. I am more than a man. I was birthed out of the fires of pain. I walked the hot coals of hell as a child. There is not a force in this world that can make me bow before it. For I can take on the wrath of hell and still stand. Because what my eyes have seen and what my ears have heard, the sorrow and the tears and the pain of those who confess to me. I know none who can walk in my shoes. I know none who can see the path that I see. I know none who can speak with authority, knowing that every word is accurate. From the dictionary to etymology, you will find the origin of me in the word. I bow before something that is greater than me. For I say I am unworthy of the kingdom of heaven. I am unworthy to stand before the gates of heaven. For it is the birthright to be called marked by God. But it is our choice to become servants of God. And the servants of God is the servants of man. For when they call my name, I stand. When the enemy gets too close, I defend and protect. I teach and I learn. I believe that the teacher is no greater than the student, and the student is no greater than the teacher. I stay at my level. I dare not swim in the deep end of the pool. But I fear not the deep end of the pool either. For when I am called upon to be the hero, I gladly take upon that role. When there is injustice, I demand justice. When there is hate, I bring the gift of love. I have compassion and empathy for those around me. But I never forget my covenant with God, that I am the voice of the voiceless. I am the keeper of the motherless and fatherless, for I am such. I remind those who mock the poor that I have crawled out of the depths of poverty. When those who dare not speak, when I enter the room, I speak. There is not an ounce of fear in me. I am who I am. I bow not before the authority of the earth, but the authority and the oath of the law of God. I fear not death. Because my Creator that shaped and molded me, the Creator that made me a man, taught me well. He said, love is your name. Truth is its meaning. Peace be upon you and those you greet. Blessings pour out of your mouth. Let not your sword be drawn, for if it is, you will slay all those around you. For the authority that you have is of me. So be not ashamed of the filth of your robe, for a clean one is waiting. And when you get to the point where you're at your lowest, look around and see what you are fighting for. The revolution is televised. But the truth is the secret of the wise. As one of my greatest quotes says, the great do not speak, they act. It is the reason why I say I am who I am. Because I am strong. Because I have learned. Because I have felt the emotions of this world. And I know I do not belong to this realm. That this realm is of corruption. It distorts the mind. It is a dangerous hive. It is poison to the soul. So remember that I am who I am.